Hello everybody, jumping back to the airship for another episode of Final Fantasy X-2. So, at the moment, we've kind of hit our stride with all of our dress sphere gathering. And now it is just time for a cutscene compilation. So we are going to hop over to Mushroom Rock Road and get a cutscene with the Youth League. Basically explaining that Maven Nooj has literally vanished. So Shinra is going to put down a Comsphere, and if we run a bit further ahead,
Gullwing's here. Where are the fiends?
we get a
No need for
cutscene.
concern, Lady Yuna. Everything's under control. The fiends got close to our headquarters, but thankfully no further. The Al-Bed from Jose assisted us in fighting them off.
So, Gibble was here?
Yes, his group also brought us these.
Yeah, it's very clear that
he
Gipple
said
is
something
like,
which
do
still
not
strikes me
get
as sort of odd.
Yuna involved
He told
in
us
any
not
of
to
this
depend on you
craziness.
so much, Lady Yuna.
Me?
He said we need to rely on our own strength to defend
Is
Spirit
Gipple on an
through the coming age.
anti-Yuna campaign?
Lady Yuna, if I may interrupt, there is something I would like to ask you.
Sure.
As you are probably
So,
aware,
being brought
we have
aside
not
by
heard from
Lucille,
Maven
we get
Nooj,
some
our leader,
deeper
in
dish
some
on
time.
Maven Nooj being
Lady
missing.
Yuna, have you no
And
information
Yuna
as to
offers
his
to be like,
whereabouts?
listen, we'll tell him to get
I'm sorry,
the
but we
fort
don't
back
know any
home.
more than you do.
I see.
If we see him, we'll tell him to return here.
Thank you.
And that's pretty much it, to be honest. Just go back and talk to Shinra and he'll be like, there seems to be like some issues with leaving the Comsphere here. So I'm just gonna, run into and buy this whole barricade. Buy Shinra, I guess. And yeah, I mean, other than that, that's pretty much all you have to do for this area. So just make sure you get the cutscene with Lucille, and then run on back to the save sphere, and onward we go. But isn't it interesting that like just one zone behind, all the Machina were going haywire on the Mihan High Road, and yet when it comes to Mushroom Rock Road, they have tons of Machina and like everything's fine. This is another literally 2 seconds. You're letting Shinra put down a Comsphere, and then you're talking to Toby twice to get 2 little cutscenes, and then we are moving on with our lives. Shoop being this world's expletive, it seems.
I can't run a show without
But make sure you talk to Toby a second time to get another
This
cutscene.
wasn't supposed to happen at all.
Don't worry, Toby. I'm sure your next show will make up for it.
Next show? How can there be a next show when the first show made the next show a no-show? Well, one thing's surely for sure. I need to attract celebrities to attract an audience.
Huh. Got any celebrities in mind?
Well, let's see. The most celebrated celebrity... Eureka!
Yuna, run.
What's wrong?
Don't ask, just run. Run now, run fast.
Like, you are able to see through the machinations of, like, Yevon
Wait,
and
just a moment.
all this other crazy stuff. And then it's like, you can't see that,
Keep
like,
running.
you are so popular that
Hey,
this, like,
what's going into
entrepreneurial businessman
Do you really need to ask?
is going to, like, try and use
You're always
Yuna
planning,
to, like...
right?
This is our big chance.
Oh, I swear to God,
It
they're
might
so
be
thick
fun.
sometimes. No, like, this is what's funny. Like, Riku wants to do it. Yuna is like, okay, maybe Riku's right. And even if you go back to talk to him, it's just like, you can't hop up or do anything, so it is just ridiculous. Anyway, moving on. Back to the airship we go. So, next up, we're going to go to Guadosalam, because that was a massive, like, point in Chapter 2. And it is even more so now in Chapter 3, because we're going to get a ton more really cool items. So we've done Jose, done Moonflow, now to Guadosalam. And then, yeah, we just have to do the Thunder Plains and the Beacon Isle Desert next. And Zanarkand and the Calmlands. But, you know, this episode really is just going to be an awful lot of cutscenes, but, you know, it's all for that percentage bonus. So, typically you just like to talk to Shinra whenever he sets something down. Because, like with the Mushroom Rock incident, you know, he might have to move it.
Leblanc.
But if you enter the dining room, you see Ormy and Logos trying to like forge a sphere from Nooj because LeBlanc has fallen to absolute pieces without her man.
To worry about.
Look who's talking.
What are you doing?
Oi! The boss has been rather depressed since Nooj went missing.
We wants to comfort her, see?
Oh, was that supposed to be Nooj?
That bad, was it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Even if you did sound like Nooj, do you think it would actually help?
It would.
Yuna,
Whatever you say.
give her a massage again. That went great. So yeah, maybe the threat of competition will bring her back her fighting spirit. Or like we could just be like, I don't know, good gal pals.
Leave me alone.
And be like, Han, we see you're hurting. Like,
Don't you want to hunt
that's really
some
rough.
spheres? The gullings are gonna get all the spheres and spear, you know.
Fine by me. There's no point in chasing after spheres if my Noogie Woogie isn't there to smile. What difference does it make?
You're a mess.
Say whatever you want.
Pain has no chill. Oh my god. So once you've that cutscene, we then go back to the boys. And then they're like, gals, oh, we got some tea. Let's go, like, watch some private movies. Oh, that sounded a bit more bad than I meant.
What if
We can watch, like,
showed
some
her a
cool
sphere of
spheres.
Nooj?
Why ask us? Go for it.
God, what did I say? Why did I say that?
Of course, that sphere. We took one in Bevelle. Care to watch it?
What's on it?
We haven't looked yet. Meet us in our room. We'll have a little screening.
Now, what is super important that we do not miss in this chapter is when we go into the area, like the hidden labyrinth. That's just open for now. Lol. But when we go in there, we have to go back to where the fractured sphere was found. And if we go back to that particular room, we're able to climb up on some shelving, like walkways or whatever. And then if we do that, we actually get another Crimson Sphere key item. So very easily missed, but you can actually but the mini-map kind of helps you. So you do see this like, oh, there's like a whole like crescent moon shaped, you know, platform. And then you run to the end of it there. Bam! Crimson Sphere 4. So we're going to watch that back on the airship. But yeah, the key items for the Crimson Sphere squad, super interesting.
Give me a break.
Pain has like no chill. She's just like, I am not ready or able for this. But as you can see, the Berserker is just so fast. Like I know Yuna hits really hard and she has high defense, but like the speed of the Berserker is just amazing. So you can head back to that room, but this is one of those rare occasions where the chest doesn't respawn. Because that was basically a reward for the massage minigame. And we don't do that anymore. But if we go to the other bedroom, where we fought the two guys the last time, we get a bunch of really important cutscenes and key items. So we get some more spheres, treasure spheres to watch. And we get to meet with an old Final Fantasy X friend.
Let's see. This should be it.
What's this?
Ormy shot this.
Naughty, naughty. Naughty, naughty.
So I see.
This must be a dud.
Who you calling a dud?
Whoa. So here they were recording in the empty
someone
Vagnagon room.
Really? Where?
But
Where?
if we zoom,
I'll zoom in.
Nooj was there. Underground Bevelle.
It's Nooj.
Amazing how something can be still such low quality in areas and yet like super crisp when you like zoom into
What
the
was he
really
doing
blurry
I don't
information.
What?
All these secrets. It's just one thing after another.
If I may, you're free to do as you please, but
Yes, girl.
I'd prefer you not mention this to the boss.
Why not?
Whatever this Vegnagun thing is, it's clearly
I love
dangerous.
that. Let's go like
Nothing the likes of we
give
sphere
you
hunters have any
information, but
business
also
fooling
don't
around
share the
with.
information with anyone.
But if the boss knew Nooj were involved,
But
well,
if you look
there'd be
in
no
the
stopping
back
her.
right of this cutscene,
If anything were to happen to her,
we need to go get that
You
sphere.
guys got it rough, don't you?
if only she noticed.
But we do get Logos' sphere, as well as Ormy's sphere. So Logos' one was of Yuna's butt, but Ormy's is of Nooj being underground Bevelle. We should probably
Is
go
this
back
one
and
from
check that
Bevelle
out, right?
Ooh, we taking
Foreshadowing.
naughty pictures again?
I didn't shoot this one. I found it. The image is badly deteriorated. Must be old.
Ah, the only reason the war's dragging on is because Xanakan refuses to surrender.
You're wrong! If you'd stop attacking, there wouldn't be a war.
We're not falling for that.
Gah! Someday, your precious weapons will end up destroying you.
This is a darker Tidus. Where was this energy when you were being a sulky boy?
In our war of 1,000 years past.
Machen!
When did you sneak in, old man?
So we have the gold sphere. I think what I'm going to have to do before the end of chapter 3 though is actually watch that in its entirety, because of a funny feeling like even with Yuna and stuff like gasping
You
over the
can't
scene,
expect
it's not
me to
like the
remember
scene in
the
its perfect state.
I must admit, the likeness
We can
is
expect you to remember how you walked down here, honey bun.
It can't really be him, can it?
I'm afraid not. After all, that sphere was recorded 1,000 years ago.
Right. Of course.
What you thinking there, buddy? So, before you do anything, talk to Machen again.
Would you like to hear?
Yas, queen! Please go on. This cutscene isn't as long though.
Rumor has been going around of late. Perhaps you've heard it. They say that High Summoner Yuna was accompanied by a guardian from, of all places, Xanakant. Oh, yes. That young man raised quite a few eyebrows at the Blitzball tournament in Lucca. I spoke to him myself on a number of occasions. I could sense that he belonged to an other world. That he should look so much like the man in that sphere cannot be mere coincidence, I should think.
There's a connection.
There is. I would very much like the chance to ask him and clear this matter up once and for all.
But he's gone. Just like the Faith said. Our dream will vanish.
A dream of the Faith? Is that right? Oh my.
What is it?
Oh. I had something on the tip of my tongue, but then it slipped away. Something very important. Oh, frustrating. Well, I suppose I'll just have to think on it a little more. Until next time, Lady Luna. We are all connected. There may yet be a way to reunite with those who have gone.
What? Watch what you say.
Forgive me. Consider it the ramblings of an old man.
But now that we've finished up with that lovely cutscene and like reminiscing, we're gonna go straight back to the airship, and we're gonna actually make sure we watch that crimson sphere that we collected in Guadosalam.
I know everything.
So let's go to the treasure spheres, and we need to look at the Crimson Record 4, I believe. So as Logo sees it, is you know, Logos' sphere, you know.
This is the final exercise.
Maester
Reports
Keenock.
of something extremely dangerous inside this cave, but we lack more detailed information.
We're to eliminate it?
No, you are simply to investigate. Report your findings back to me. Those who return here alive will become formal members of the Crimson Squad.
The name of the spheres.
Sir! There aren't enough weapons for all of you. Claiming a weapon for yourself will be part of this exercise. This is it, gentlemen. You have your orders. Begin.
But there's Barreleye, Nooj, Gipple. They all knew each other in the past. And where they all seemed to be was the den of woe, but it was unsealed. So now we're seeing inside there, and people seem to be going a bit crazy. So the plot thickens. But it's interesting that the three main guys running the three main factions in Spira all knew each other. Curiouser and curiouser. But now we're, whoa, halfway there to 100%, guys. And just to end up today's episode, let's just hop over to the Thunder Plains. And we have Shinra popping down a Comsphere, and the other guy's like, do you want to recalibrate the stuff? And we're like, no thank you. Like, you don't need it for 100%, you just get a nice garment grid, and you get like nicer prizes in like chapter 5, but like, I'm not putting myself through this. You guys can try it. I'm just not able. But if you go to just before Macalania, we find Leon and Aid again. And we should give them a little cutscene, and we're basically going to tell them to go to Killiga.
You guys better watch out. With horns like that, you're just asking to get struck.
Are you allowed, like, talk about that?
Leon and Aid left Mountain to find a way to repair Elder Tamari's
Inappropriate
horn.
comments.
We cannot return to Mountain until a way is found.
And you expect to find that here?
Yes.
We need some positivity, Pain.
Where does Lady Yuna think we should search for a way to fix Elder's horn?
So yeah, just say Killiga. And they will run off to Killiga.
What's in Killiga?
Well, just a hunch.
Leon and Aid go there to look. Thank you, High Summoner. Come, Aid.
And off they run. But that, you need to see that cutscene for a little bit of percentage. So we're just gonna skedaddle back to the Celsius. And yeah, I know this was like a really cutscene heavy episode, but I just hope you guys really enjoyed it. And we're now back from Macalania. And we're just gonna hit save and... Sorry. This is important to do. Just quickly before we finish, go to Bevelle. And you have to basically watch Shinra put down a Comsphere here. But after that's done, we're ending the episode. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.